And we're live. Good evening, everyone. Susan Bachelder here, and on the panel with me is Rob Hanley. We are recording another episode of Hangout with Mentors. Thank you for coming. If you're here with us live, you're going to get some interactive, hands-on, in social media stuff. So high five for showing up live. If you're watching the recording, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You will catch on. So who are we and what is Hangout with Mentors? I'll quickly introduce that. We are the Unstoppable Alliance. We're a group of people who just hang out together on purpose. We work together on purpose, support each other. We've got resources, camaraderie, people from all walks of life. I forget, Rob, I'll get you to do that, the no color, the whatever that tango is that you say. But some people have been here in this profession for 30 years. Some people are just coming in and interacting. So it's a real cool community that we all learn, grow, and make money together. So that kind of summarizes very casually what the Unstoppable Alliance is. And this Hangout with Mentors, we gather every Wednesday night, same time, 9 p.m., sharing value, interactive, dynamic conversation style. It's just a different way of presenting value. Sometimes it's more mindset oriented, sometimes it's strategies, but it's all something that you can apply to not just business, but life in general. So each night is a different topic, and it's almost always evergreen. So thank you for showing up. And tonight is going to be really starting at the very basics with social media. What I just so often find that there's conflicting conversations, or sometimes the training and the conversations start way before some of the very simplest, most powerful ideas, concepts, and strategies. Really, it comes back to relationship building, and social media is just simply a tool to do that. So I'm going to start with just by saying, the more real you are, and when I got this, I was like, are you kidding me? Is it really that simple? And it actually, the more real you are, the more results you're going to get. Because ultimately, if you meet someone for coffee, if you pick up the phone and say hello, your relationship will build much more effectively if you're just yourself, right? And so when I first came online and started in social media, I thought that I had to literally be like the people that I was learning from. And it didn't feel right, and it didn't work very good. And I would go through this training and try to do exactly what they said, but it wasn't me. So as soon as I just started being real and realizing what works in Facebook and what works in Instagram, and then just simply being real, all of a sudden it made the huge difference. So there's no right or wrong other than just be real, be authentic. People will search for you on social media. Do remember that. So whatever you put out there, you want it to be, we all have different sides of us, right? Sometimes like maybe the goofy side, the more professional side, but be the real you that you want to attract that same kind of person in your business is my overall message. Do you have anything to add to the being real you kind of part, Rob, before I get into exactly what the profile is and stuff?
No, not well. Of course, I always have something to add, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
And, so I was talking to somebody today. I don't know if they're on right now or not. Hopefully they are. And this person was talking about the experience that they'd had not that long in home business, and kind of following up on people and stuff. And I had explained a little bit of one of the things that I like about what we say within the Unstoppable Alliance is that we humanize a digital experience. And what I like to say in presentations that I do is that the internet is kind of a vast ocean of it's just gigantic. As many people out there practically as there are fish in the sea, and largely it is anonymous. And so, and what we're doing here, unless you're going to be selling something, because, you know, ultimately that's why we're here, is that although we like each other, we're friends and we get together and we share ideas, is that we want to all move forward in a direction and, you know, bring more into our lives and be more efficient. I mean, we want to, I always like to say, and I make almost no bones about it, that I would like to make as much money as I can, as fast as I can, as easy as I can, and I would like it to last as long as it possibly can. And I don't know, you know, what else, and that, of course, is provided that there's a good service and a good value, because all the things that come in there. But in terms of being real and authentic, somebody I was talking to today, I said, you know, they're not looking for you to contact them with a radio voice or, you know, something that's, you know, perfect in any way. And when I first started doing videos myself, you know, on YouTube and things like that, I realized that, you know, take one, take two, take three, take four, it actually is much better in the beginning, and it makes your, people want to connect. So if you say something that you're not supposed to say, or you say it in a way that you realize, you know, if you're at a Christmas party or something, you're having a conversation, somebody kind of looked at you, you said something kind of odd, and they kind of looked at you, you'd realize, or maybe you realized when you said it, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's much better, like in a video or whatever it is, to go, well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe again, I should say that. So people want somebody that's real, because and what we do a lot is they would see that they would want their story to be like your story, at least in some kind of capacity. And, you know, yesterday, I think I was talking to a fella that, you know, is pretty interested in our business, I think. And, you know, in the meantime, my wife had a flat tire in her car. So I was, you know, putting air in the tire while I was talking to somebody. And it's real life. You know, it's not perfect. Live a nice lifestyle, but it's not like in a mansion and servants and Bentleys and things like that. To me, I think most all of that, 99.99999% of that, is total and complete freaking BS. I got challenges in my life. Everybody's got stuff. It's just a little bit different in that what we do is a little bit different. I don't even call it a grind. I mean, you know, but there's stuff that happens. So people want to know the realness. One of the things I think that people like about you a lot is, you know, not only the skill side of what we do, but also the, you know, this is what my life is, my son. You're very open about your background and your story and all that kind of stuff like that. So, yep, that's what I say about yes, people want to connect with the real you. Yep, for sure.
Absolutely. And speaking of stories, and that's one part of it, is stories. Tell the stories. But earlier this afternoon, Tammy and I were speaking with a new candidate, literally just found us yesterday. So this is a raw, fresh story. So he's been marketing for a while, and but always more often offline. And he's been able to avoid for years Facebook. So he just recently was convinced by some other colleagues and friends, you know, you got to get on Facebook. Literally 24 hours before our conversation, he had increased his Facebook friends from 100 and some to, I can't remember the exact number, but almost doubled his Facebook friends. So he was told to find Facebook friends on purpose. So, you know, specific seeking out Facebook friends, add friends, connect with them, etc. So Tammy and I happened to be in amongst those people that he found and chose to add. So he was told the criteria of how to find profile. And I'll quickly go through that. First glance, you've got 10 seconds. First glance, add a friend, etc., etc. Go through, have a look at their profile, see how they make you feel, see what you think about them, and then add them. So Tammy and I were added. Immediately, he quickly found a link, went through our funnel. We were accessible. We answered his messages. He's now going to be joining us tomorrow. That's how powerful this is. And I said, you know, it's funny we're having this conversation because tonight I'm going to do a simple, casual conversation with our people and their candidates about simply doing social media on purpose. And I'm gonna throw out these 3 R's, and in between there, welcome Gregory. Thanks for joining. Um,
Hello.
the 3 R's, and we talk about this with video on purpose too. And Rob actually covered them in conversation. Reach. We have a huge amount of reach. We want to reach people, and the internet, social media, all of these platforms. Excuse this barking puppy back here. We can reach them, so we want to reach them. We want to resonate with them, and we want to relate with them. So those 3 magic R's apply to all of this. And I'm
I
going to
like that. What was that? Say that again. I'm going to write that down. I like that.
3 magic R's: reach, resonance, and relate, or relatability. So those 3 R's should be our intention with every social media post, all copy that we write, all of our video. Those really are the 3 magic R's of everything that we should be doing.
Let me say something real quick if I can.
Okay.
I remember kind of back when social media was in its infancy, and we weren't really being so intentional about trying to reach people in social media. And in almost every affiliate business that I was in, my own companies that we had a one of my companies was it had the word, it was your, and actually in the name of the company. It's actually called Your Net Biz. So the whole idea was it was your business. It was about you. You're really kind of, I don't want to say the star, but it's not about promoting a juice or pill or lotion or something like that. It was really, really simple, similar to what we do here, the same thing, really what we do here in Unstoppable Alliance and in marketing high ticket affiliates. So it was, be mentored and then mentor, and then also access to training and things like that. But there's a part of there is the About Me page, and almost every single affiliate funnel tour system now has something about me. So I give a whole training on what do you put in there? Like, you don't put like I was born in a log cabin and it's 27 pages. Nobody's really interested in that. I like to play the guitar, stuff like that. But there's 3 things overall that I like to tell people and to train them. And I would say people do business, because that's what the About Me page is about, with people that they know, like, and trust. Mm-hmm. And the like part actually breaks down itself into, number 1, I like you. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe that's resonance, as you had said. Like, yeah. I like you. You're kind of funny or different. You're real. Whatever it would be. I like you. But then some of the things that you would talk about in your About Me page, and certainly they would be things that would just come out naturally in your Facebook page, or maybe it's in your profile. There are, is that I'm alike to you. So, wow, I have a background in engineering, or I was also from Arizona, or my father was also in Air Force, in the Air Force. All of these things, and people can go, oh yeah, like, I'm like you. We're like this. I'm like the same age. Well, you look, some things like that. And then the last like was that they want to be like you. Like, in terms of business, of course, this is not, nobody's better or anything like that at all. But that they would say, wow, like that. That's attractive overall to me. And certainly one of the things that's great within our business is, kind of the time freedom that we have. So I like the reach, resonance, and relatability, part of it. But the whole, and of course, in my case, some people have many different Facebook pages. I have one, and I post not all the time. I'm not, probably you guys are way more intentional about posting and putting links to things like that. I kind of more post a little bit about life. Mine's more a little bit, I think, about transparency. But anyhow, I love this whole thought process of reach, resonance, and relatability.
Awesome. And that's the relate and resonate. That is what it is. If you, whether or not you really like someone or not, you must like something about them to want to build that relationship or want to work with them. Right. Yeah. And there's no right or wrong. Like, some people, I have 2 Facebook profiles, but simply the second one is only for so that I can create another ad account on Facebook, because I did it the wrong way in the beginning. So Facebook kicked me out of being able to advertise do Facebook ads on my Facebook pages. So I simply had to create another profile for that. So sometimes people find my other profile. I don't spend any time on it. It's just there and it's simply for professional reasons. But otherwise, my family stuff, my friend stuff, and my professional stuff, it's all one because I'm only one person. But some people don't want to post anything business wise on their page. Like they want to keep the two separate. It's fine. It's
So
fine.
maybe talk real quickly about segmenting out into kind of lists of who your friends are, and that not everybody has to see, mom doesn't have to be involved, and your sister and brother-in-law and things like that in your business ventures.
That's absolutely right. You can make your post. Your post can be public, or you can choose who sees your posts. You can completely do that separately. So in this specific discussion, because we could go on for 8 hours straight with Facebook in particular, and we actually do have some recordings, and I'm happy to talk about Facebook anytime you guys want. I like having lighthearted, short, bite-sized pieces of content for Facebook. It's the monster out there, so it's the social media that you really should be familiar with. So I won't get into like step by step too much technical. I will go over to my profile and give you an idea of how to set up your profile so it's attractive, and do a screen share with that. But as far as the step by step technical stuff, we can record more of that, and some of it is already recorded. But fresh content is always valuable, as you know. So, Gregory, do you have anything to add, or should I pop over onto screen share right away?
Well, I actually, to be honest with you, I was coming in to watch your awesome content, and I didn't know I was going to be brought right into the panel, so I'm fine with just going on audio. I'm actually helping celebrating somebody's birthday, but I want to be consistent, be supportive for this time, so I'm fine going off and just watching what you have to share.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. You're always so supportive.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing it. All right.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Now, before I go to screen share, I do want to point this one, actually a couple points out, just to be really clear. We don't have to only talk about Facebook tonight, because there's actually 4 main platforms that you should be aware of. If you're not ready for them, that is absolutely fine. Facebook is essentially a must because it's where you can get personal, you can get intimate. There's a lot of back and forth engagement. You can do pictures, videos, lots of ongoing comments. There's Facebook groups that we have our Unstoppable Alliance group, and there's information there, and you can share back and forth. So definitely Facebook. Twitter, I don't do anything with Twitter anymore. It's almost like a social verbal vomit. When you learn it, it can be effective, but you have a very few seconds to grab attention, and you actually want to pull them into something else with Twitter. It's fast, and I actually don't use it. I'll always be transparent with that. Instagram, and I'm going to do a quick screen share and show you how I've been growing my Instagram just literally the last 3 months. It's very, very effective. It's a little more fast paced. You want to show pictures there. And then again, you want to pull them into where you have conversation, which might be Facebook, maybe onto a phone call, and maybe you use LinkedIn. I'm not sure, but Instagram is just images, attract their attention, and you build engagement. Still, the purpose is to build a relationship with them and pull them to where you want to take them. And I pull them onto Facebook or onto a phone call with me. Snapchat, same thing. Quick split second, grab their attention, and both Instagram and Snapchat are working really, really well, not just for me, but for many people. So as we move forward with this, I would like you to think about one question. Why are you on social media? Always think about that when you're creating your posts, setting up your profile. Why are you there? What do you want to accomplish? And who do you want to present as? And always be updating that too. So I'm going to pop over to a screen share. Let me know, please, when you can see my desktop.
Yep, can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is my Instagram. I don't use Instagram on my desktop, but I opened it up just so that I could quickly show you guys. It's always, I just use it on my phone. But I just want to show you that 3 months ago, I had under 1,000 followers. And Rob, the Instagram account that you work on has quite a bit more than that even, right? We were talking
29,000.
we were talking about engagement. And so you'll see, any of you that know me, you'll notice that almost all of these same images and posts, I also have on my Facebook. So I'm being very congruent. So this is my own Instagram account. There is nothing that I say here that I don't also say on Facebook. I just present it slightly different. I want to capture their attention, bring them over to Facebook, and show them that I'm the same person. I am me. That's it. So I started with just under 1,000 3 months ago, and I'm up to 5,000 followers.
Nice.
Just as an example, it's okay. Yeah. And you have to start from where you are, right? Always start from where you are. Don't compare, but start from where you are, and you want to work up. So this image, I'm showing the same thing that's on my Facebook page, and it's only got 5 likes. And this happens almost all the time. When I have a link, when it looks business-like, just because of the people that I'm engaging with on Instagram, I don't get as many likes, and I'm okay with that, and I'm always testing that. Anything?
I don't like it. I don't like that.
You don't like what?
I don't like getting a little bit of likes. I don't like that.
I'll keep on testing it, but
yep.
That is just how it goes. So this is more normal. A food picture, no comments here, but my inbox. They came into my inbox and they're talking to me about my food picture. That's all I put, nothing else. And this when I hover over it, it shows you the amount of engagement that I get. And almost every single time I post, people are in my messenger inbox creating conversation. So that tells you that I've done my target audience appropriately.
The unicorn is going to have the most likes. Yep.
Yep.
Also, your picture with happiness is going to have the next one.
The 144. Yeah.
And how about your picture? What does that have?
My own picture?
Yeah, with happiness right to the left of the unicorn.
144.
Oh, okay. All right. And the eyeball?
The eyeball, 112.
Yeah. See, that's Instagram.
And this one got shared quite a bit.
Yep.
And this one here, with the water, and I'm like arm up. I'm celebrating 237, and more comments.
I don't. So, maybe you're not scroll down. I only see the eyeballs on the bottom.
What are you saying?
The eyeball is the bottom left-hand corner. That's the only one. I don't see you with your arm up anywhere.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
Do you see it now?
Nope.
Oh, maybe my screen is frozen.
Maybe so.
So what were you going to say, Rob?
I was just going to say, I don't want to take you off your train. Just keep going.
Yeah, that's okay. I think I probably showed most essentially the concept. Well, this one here, if everyone can still actively see my screen, I hope it's not frozen, but here's from the last Hangout with Mentors. It does have a link. So 135 likes and 3 comments. So it's not always that if there's a link, but that's kind of general.
I don't see your mouse moving at all.
Huh. Maybe it's frozen. Okay, I'll stop screen sharing for a moment, and I just want to check some comments. Okay, I can see it. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll go back to screen share. Now we're going to dig into Facebook, into your profile. Okay, so the first.
I don't see anything yet, by the way.
Okay. Let me know, everyone else, when you see.
Might want to stop it and start it again because Instagram was much faster. It only took a couple seconds, and I don't see. It still says you started screen sharing. I don't see anything. Actually, it says you're screen sharing, but it just says it's just gray for me.
Okay.
Oh, somebody else says they can see it. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's just me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys.
I'll go again. And I can't see the comments when I'm screen sharing. So if you want to keep me updated on the comments. So the most important thing that I want to touch on is your picture. It's really important that your face is in your picture. So this profile, that picture that I'm showing isn't really even the best because I do have words there and I'm a bit distant, but you always want to have your eyes facing forward and your picture. Switch up your Facebook profile, or switching up your Facebook profile picture really increases your engagement, because for some reason, and probably because Facebook wants you to switch up your profile picture, but from when you switch your profile picture, Facebook steps up your algorithm and shows all of your Facebook posts to more of your friends for a certain time period. So it's little secret tricks like this, but people like to see a fresh picture of you, fresh updates, and fresh who you are and what you're doing. So Facebook is very, very much trying to follow normal human activity, normal human behavior. Your banner, up here, there's really no rule of thumb. Something about you can switch it up if you want. I've had the same one for so long I can't remember when I've changed it, because there's no apparent reason with the Facebook algorithm and the engagement and such. So I want to keep it the same so that when people land on my profile or see my profile, it's the recognition. So that's the one same thing always on my page. So that's my habit. Some people will update and change, and Facebook will let your friends know that you have changed that. So that's kind of the trigger with that. Do take some time and go to your about page. That's just like what Rob was talking about before. Your who is, your about me page, and do update it with how you want people to contact with you, or how much ever information you want to let go or let out or share. People do look at it. I've had so many people say, well, people don't look at it. They do. They want to know who they might be working with, or people are just genuinely curious. They want to know. So this,
real quick, if I could jump in terms of people will look at it.
Okay.
Is one of the things I would say actually I learned from you and or from Tammy as well, is to utilize Facebook actually as a tool overall for for this business, because we talked a little while ago about being real and stuff like that, but they want to know not just that you're not a radio voice or something like that, but you want transparency in a business like ours.
Mm-hmm.
And so intentionally asking people, hey, are you on Facebook? Or if they got a name like, I don't know, Jasmine Jehoshaphat Muhammad or something like that, that's got 57 letters in it, that there's probably one person in the world named that. It doesn't work for Joe Smith. But if somebody has a somewhat of an unusual name, I go search for them. If we had a good conversation, a lot of times I'm on Facebook, I'll go look them up and I'll friend them. I'll take the initiative to friend them.
Same.
So it's, I think, almost as much as they're surprised when they get a phone call by somebody that's coherent and sharp and stuff like that. And then they're like, whoa, like that's kind of weird. And so I like to do that. I want them to see my social profile.
Exactly. And I'm the same way. If I'm not already connected with them on Facebook and I'm having a conversation with them either by email or by phone, I'll always ask them, are you on Facebook? Would you like to connect on Facebook?
Yeah.
that really says a statement. You're being real. You're not afraid to show them who you are, and you want to know who they are. The best way to build a relationship is show people that you are interested in them. It's powerful. It's just like listening in a conversation. You do want to hear what they have to say and see who they are. Yeah. It's like writing your own paycheck. It's really important. Definitely important. So this little trick I want to show everybody, if an example of this, when you click like, and when you comment, it is an actual human behavior. It triggers an emotion. So when people click like, they might be just doing it casually without emotion, just being courteous. But it might be like making eye contact with someone. If somebody makes eye contact and smiles at you, if you don't even bother to acknowledge that they've smiled at you or said hello, you're being rude, right? Well, social media triggers are exactly the same way. They're exactly the same way. And there's even been proven statistics. One of our Hangouts, I actually shared some of the statistics of what that is. People do feel like you're ignoring them if you don't acknowledge it. So here's a little trick. Did y'all see what I hope that showed up, what I did here. All the people that liked my post, and you don't have to spend a ton of time, but you can maybe set aside 5 or 10 minutes to do this a day on your post. So Valerie clicked like. I'm going to quickly, well, first of all, if you have a whole bunch, double check that you're friends. If somebody likes your post and you're not friends with them, send them a friend request. Greet them. Say, hey there, you just liked my post or something like that. So they've liked your page or a post on your page. Go to their page, like
What
something.
a great family.
Comment. And engage back. It's just like greeting them with another smile. That is one of the most powerful things that you can do on your Facebook. Oh, I'll get to you, Mark. I didn't mean to skip you on purpose. Please don't use or let scarcity. I think this is a good time to talk about that. And I'm going to come back off of screen share for a moment. Do not do social media with scarcity, please. Don't hold back. If you see a post that you like, or if you see somebody engaging or something, or if somebody tags you in a post, unless you're completely repelled to it, don't hold back and say, oh, I don't know, I don't want to share that person's content on my page, or I don't want to comment because that might boost their status or something. Don't hold back with scarcity. It's like not quite wanting to shake somebody's hand and just, touch them with the fingertips or something. It doesn't work. Be social. Do not hold back with scarcity. I don't know how many people have said, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to let that post be on my page because, well, they might like you better than me. It will harm you more than anything. So be generous, be open, be social. That's what it is. It's social media. Do it on purpose. Don't be afraid to engage. Don't be afraid to share content. And there is the thing, and I know that you'll have something to share about this, Rob, and I'm completely open to opinions, but there's the thing of, sponsor shopping and stuff like that. And you can get into that, but I find that the coming from abundance and without scarcity, I think everybody wins more in the end. Your thoughts on that point, Rob?
I don't think you ever gain anything really on scarcity, especially, it's free. I don't know the whole, like, you like me better than somebody else type of a thing. I think that one of the main deals that we do here is we teach a real simple and duplicatable type of a process. And, the reason that people a lot of times will actually go kind of that maybe the business intrigues them or something like that, and they'll go, look to find out. I like to think that, people are, that they think they're Columbo or something like that. That everybody fancies themselves as an internet sleuth, it seems like. But oftentimes what I'll find is that, somebody didn't even follow up with them. So, I mean, what we want to do is not to coin the kind of the phrase, the attraction marketing or anything like that. I mean, I want to make sure for me that, and I know that it holds true for you, that anything I do on Facebook it's real and it's authentic, and it's not like contrived for the purposes of getting sales. At least, I've heard other people talk about, like, hey, if you're not marketing on Facebook, you're just an idiot, type of a thing, and you got to be doing, you're losing all this money. At the same time, I want to be authentic with what I do. So part of the thing with Facebook is segmenting out into different lists of who it is. I can have one message that's geared more toward one group, then another that's geared toward my family or something like that. But on purpose, you don't really see a lot of people posting "I'm sad" kind of posts on Facebook. I mean, most of the time it's selfie type of a thing, and life is great and everything like that. Just be normal, like I guess you probably would be. And it's kind of a little bit of a resume, I guess. But be authentic, but also be intentional, I think, too. Maybe that's what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as if you want to make, and this is a question that comes up very, very often, and really it's your choice. If you want to make posts specifically about your business, offering your business, then absolutely do that. But you will get further ahead with lifestyle, story, value-based, or quote posts. It is just how it is. If you really want to specifically promote your link to your business and get people through your funnel, that would be, it is more effective. Build a Facebook page, build a specific audience that's going to be entrepreneurial or business mindset. You could get into that whole realm. And then your Facebook page is where they go and check who you are and your lifestyle. So does that make sense? So you build a Facebook page with an audience specific to your product, and you pay that. You learn how to do that. It's very specific, step-by-step process. You get people through your funnel. Then they see who you are. They come onto Facebook. They see stories, quotes, lifestyle, like the selfie pictures. Oh, I caught a big fish. All right, saw a great sunset. Then that's where the relationship starts being built. But if you're just promoting on Facebook, then that is if that is the image that you want to provide or share with people, that's fine. It's just you're not going to get that same kind of engagement. Like if your business link is in the post, you're not going to get a bunch of people liking and commenting, etc., unless you're I can think of about 5 of the just Facebook guru people that specifically do that. Like Max Ziden is one of them. That's just his style of marketing, and that's how he does it. But not everybody is going to be somebody like that, and you might not strive to be. I can show you how they do it, but it's not my thing.
Yeah.
No, how does one target their audience? On a Facebook profile or Facebook page? 2 different questions. If it's Facebook fan page, we'll talk about that on a completely different section, because then we can go step by step. But on your Facebook profile, let me see. I'll go back to my page. Oops. Share screen. Okay, so I'm going to go to a timeline. Now, pages. It should bring up the pages that I've liked. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this lady. So I've liked her page. She's an entrepreneur. She does lots with videos. So I liked her page on purpose. The
I
people that,
love her profile deal.
isn't it cool? Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
cool. So this lady fits with a lot of who I am. She's a nerdy girl, and the audience that she attracts on purpose are people who are nerdy. She's got a specific Facebook group. So she's someone I would want to pay attention to. And I hope you're following me with the sameness, the likeness, the on purpose, relatability. A
Yeah.
lot of the people that follow her, I'm also going to relate with. So, say I am looking at one of her posts, it makes sense to me. Of course, I'm going to like it. I'll just take a moment, don't spend a bunch of time with this strategy, but definitely have a look at it. So, maybe you find somebody in the comments that you either their picture attracts you, or they made a comment that was intelligent, thoughtful, something that triggered something. So maybe this lady. So then I might go quickly do the 10-second check on her profile. She looks like a family person, great picture. I just added a targeted friend. Does that make sense?
You put her in a list too?
Not yet. When she accepts, then I'll put her in a list.
Yep.
Then you would immediately send her a message.
Oh yeah? What do you say?
I just do spur of the moment, literally, truly authentic. And she may or may not get it in her inbox. It might go to, there's the other box. I am also a nerdy girl. Thought I'd connect.
You better hope she thinks she's a nerdy girl.
Yeah, exactly. Does that answer that question?
Yeah, and obviously the underlying thing here is everybody in here is not a nerdy girl. You're going to have a different thing. Some people are serious, some people are this, some people are that, whatever it might be. So something that it's actually comes back to we're alike kind of a thing. And
Yes.
So, yep, that's what overall what it would be.
Absolutely. And I'm looking behind the screen. I just saw Frank Kern popped up. So if Frank Kern is a leader that you've learned things from, that you've followed, go to his page, engage on his page. Here's another thing too. People that also
Jim Young says he's not a nerdy girl.
Oh, good. People will see you engaging with other leaders. People will notice the comments that you make. You might make a comment in some other place. Maybe you'll make a comment on Rob's Facebook profile or on mine, and somebody else that's not connected to anybody but is interconnected to somebody. It's a small, small world in some ways. They're going to resonate with your comment. They're going to reach out to you. You've got a new connection. It's all interlaced. It's all one ongoing conversation. So that's how I make my Facebook connections on purpose.
I like it. You're way more intentional about stuff than I am, but so that's why
annoyingly.
No, it's good. I learn something all the time, from it too. Continue.
I would never suggest that anybody spend a bunch of time, but 15 to 20 purposeful minutes every day on Facebook will make a huge difference on who your audience is, how you build relationships. It just.
How about Messenger? Do you use Messenger other than after you friend somebody? How do you utilize Messenger? It's a brand new kind of tool within Facebook.
I utilize Messenger as maximum as I can. So I do from my phone. I even do the active storylines. I'll put up images and pictures. I definitely use the voice part of Messenger as humanized as you can make anything. Somebody sends me a message, I'll answer them with voice if the conversation makes sense to use voice, or maybe I haven't talked to them for a long time. I'll just do that. I'll also take a minute on my phone and click on my friends list and just randomly scroll down, and then I'll pick, like, say my goal that day is 5, to reach out to 5 people that I either have never or haven't Facebook Messenger back and forth with for a long time. Then I'll just randomly do, okay, my goal is 5 people every day this week. So 5 people I've never messaged with, I just pop in there with a voice clip. Hi there, we haven't talked in a long time. Or, hey, we've been connected on Facebook since forever and we've never talked. I'm just dropping in to say hello. You may never get a response back, but you'd be surprised at how many times it either re-engages a conversation or starts a conversation that had never begun.
I like it. How much?
5 people, 5 days a week, 5 minutes. That's it.
So you spend 5 minutes, 5 days a week, 5 minutes, 5 people, 5 days a week. It's nothing at all. You've got 25 people that you've actually tapped and engaged, and that cost you zero.
Yeah. 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's powerful. So if anybody has any questions, I could go on forever. I just wanted to give a little bit of on purposeness, and hopefully the overall idea of it has been just simply to use the 3 magic R's and be on purpose with your social presence, no matter what platform. And Craig, you have your hand up. I'll promote you to panelist. Good evening, Craig. Oh, I'll unmute you. There you go.
Typing my question is, it was a little bit deeper than I could probably type. Okay. So my question is, let me get you on the side look here. Okay. So my question is, I'm on my Facebook page. On the very far right is the drop down arrow. Very far right at the top. It's got Craig, home, find friends. You know, it's got the globe, it's got the friend request, and then it's got the drop down arrow. So when you click on that, then one of the options is create a group. So is that what you did? You created a group and you put the nerdy girl in that group. Is that what you just did?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I thought it was a separate group that you put nerdy girls in one and maybe nerdy guys in another, whatever it is.
Okay,
where are you adding her? That's my question.
Okay, so first of all, does everybody know the difference between your personal Facebook profile and Facebook fan pages? That's really important to separate. So when I first went to screen share, that was my personal Facebook page. So that's my own profile. That's a personal profile. When you create a fan page, it functions completely different than your personal Facebook page. So the page that I went to was the Nerdy Girls Facebook fan page.
Oh, the fan page. Okay.
Yeah. So when you're on your, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering, I don't know how this works here. This is my personal page. And I was just wondering if you could do that. You know, it says name your group, and you can create a group in there. I was wondering are you familiar with that at all in a regular Facebook page?
Yes. So what the Unstoppable Alliance official group that we post things in, that's a group.
Okay, right.
So, and you can change the settings of a group as far as who can see it and stuff like that. So that's a group. That's where people gather, and the people within the group can post or see posts or whatever. Whereas a Facebook fan page is just a separate page. So yeah, groups and fan pages are completely different.
Well, I didn't mean to get you off track, but I
That's
appreciate
okay.
your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So that gave me an idea. I think what would be beneficial is to do a specific training, like going through all the differences of your personal Facebook page, Facebook fan page, and Facebook groups, and the uses for all 3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we'll create a training like that. And then there's also a specific strategy, and I could do a training just on Facebook groups, like the actual marketing and posting and generating leads within groups. That's probably a whole training session right there.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, and thanks for everything you're doing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. In fact, I think we could have an ongoing post if everybody wants to, in the group. What do you want to know about Facebook? And we can create an ongoing dialogue, an ongoing conversation of how to use Facebook better, how to use Facebook more effectively, how to be more on purpose on Facebook. That's probably a good idea. Good evening, Karen. Welcome. Oh, you're still muted. I'm going to click unmute. There you go. Try it now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. This is so great. And I think a future training with separate approaches to those different dimensions would be excellent. You know, I want to thank you for this because I've been playing around with this for about a year on Facebook. In fact, I've told the story before. That's how I found Tammy, just because she was so all over the place, and I started going on her timeline and liking everything. And then she finally reached out Messenger and said, have we talked, or do I know you? But I've often thought I need to do more of this, but what you're convincing me tonight is that I really need to put it in my schedule and be conscious of doing it intentionally or so many minutes systematically. So, because it's a great way to grow your list.
Absolutely.
I have a little story it's kind of uncanny. I slept through my last webinar and I made it to this one on time. But what I wanted to, I wanted to get your ad on my page. So, you know, I was copying and pasting it. And there's a woman that we've played this Facebook game for about 6 months now and contact each other sporadically. And I was just getting ready to send her a quick message to jump on this call. And all of a sudden, she was sending me a message. It was so uncanny. And I ended up not inviting her because the message she sent me, we've kind of already resonated. She apparently has a sick husband, and I didn't know it. So she's been attracted to my stories, I guess, about my husband's illness. And she was just sending me a brief message to tell me something happened, but he's better. And I stopped myself because I didn't want to come across like pitching her, oh, come to this webinar. So I just, you know, made a comment, I'll call you tomorrow. Glad for the good news. But I thought, how uncanny that we're both on the same wave. I think this is the power of the media. Mm-hmm. We're both on the same wavelength because we've been doing this with each other's life for about 6 months now. And we've never met. I didn't even know what she looked like. I heard her like on a radio show months ago, and I looked her up to see what she looked like. And, you know, is she my age or younger, or does she have a family?
Curiosity.
Yep. I like to go on Facebook and just find the family shots, you know, because they're all over the place. And, or if you're a dog lover, then you find their dog and like that picture or something like that. And it's actually fun. But I'm here to say it works. It's working because this is a woman I'd love to have on my team. She's just a gem, but she doesn't even know it. You know, I don't pitch her. So
there you go. It'll happen naturally.
It's exciting. It's really, I mean, you've convinced me tonight. I'm going to be very much more intentional in that. This is going into my schedule.
Again, winning.
And I'll pass it on. So thank you so much.
And speaking of that, if I remember correctly, Karen, you friended me on Facebook after you saw some training that I did in a different platform.
Right. Yeah, I knew about you before Tammy, and then when I found the two of you were connected, I go, oh my, there I go. You know, because I didn't know you had a partner, and I didn't know what you two were doing, or that you were doing anything else besides that training. So. Yeah, fascinating. It really is fascinating.
Yeah.
So
Know, like, and trust.
so thanks for the encouragement.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for taking a part of it. The best way you can reward content is by putting it into action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I do want to say, make sure like the scrolling and an hour, 2 hours or more is probably not on
No.
purpose and effective. So I can't remind everyone. In fact, myself we're all human. We're like, oh, la di da da. Whoops, an hour's
It's
gone.
those videos is what it
Yeah.
is. It's the
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
get
you have
stumped
to-
onto a video. So like do lock and step, set time limits on yourself. And if you're on there to increase your friends, or if you're on there to re-engage with people, like set an intention, just like recording your videos, just like every task that you do in your business, set an intention. What is your purpose in that block of time, whether it's 15 minutes or an hour, and do that purpose. Then if you want to chill out and scroll and watch videos and whatever, go ahead and do that, but be purposeful.
Right. Yeah, there's a fine line between
Yeah.
sitting too long and making it work to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you,
Absolutely.
Susan.
You're welcome.
Great comment.
And yeah, I love the input and the questions. And Facebook video, live stream videos, that again, like we could do a whole session on that if you guys want, because that's a whole separate topic, and there's some strategies to that are working. So
Keep it coming.
Dr. B says yes.
We'll never run out of topics. No worries for that. In fact, if you guys want, since we're at the top of the hour, would you like to collectively choose next week's topic? And then that gives a whole week to prepare.
Cool. Great idea.
A whole week to promote it and really make sure that more of our community, and that you can more easily invite whoever you want to invite if we already know the content. So
what a great idea.
Okay. Any Facebook avatar? Thank you. Videos. Okay, so what do we want to talk about next week? We have a long list, so I guess we have to start with one.
How about Facebook Live?
Facebook Live. Everybody think that's a good idea?
Yep, I like it.
All right, that's next week's topic. I'll create an
Good.
image.
We can promote it all week.
Yeah. Absolutely. Does that mean videos? Yeah, we'll make it video on Facebook, and we'll talk about what kind of videos work best on Facebook, which is Facebook Live, hint, hint. But yeah, we'll talk about in general Facebook videos, and I'll throw together an image and some copy, and we'll promote it all week.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for the questions, for the input. You're welcome. Thanks for popping out and adding your bit, Karen. And thank you, Craig and Gregory, if you're listening. Thank you. And Rob, as always, thank you so much. Do you have anything in closing to wrap up, or that you'd like to add or say?
No, not really, other than to tell people, I would say for the person that's out there, some are, everybody, yeah, I do have something to say.
We're also surprised.
Okay, so this is what I have to say is, so first of all, for everybody that came here, fantastic, great job. Everybody, as I always say in all my trainings, you missed something to be here. Hopefully there's one thing at least that you actually got from this. At least one thing, because there's always a price to be paid. And remember, somebody else is watching TV and they're not going to move forward in any way in their life at all, or they're taking a nap and you're here. So that's the first part of it. But the second thing that's kind of a little bit of a pet peeve, I don't like this at all, is I'm not a technology person. I'm not a video person. I'm not a this person. I'm not a that person. I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at this, whatever it would be. And really, in reality, with all the love and respect and everything like that, I would say that that's lazy, that's this, that, and the other. I don't know what else to say. I apologize. I don't want to offend anybody, certainly at the end of our presentation. But nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to drive a car. Okay, you can't say I'm not a person that drives. Okay, I mean, unless you I guess live in New York City and you've never driven ever, but you could drive if you tried to. So there's a lot of information that is covered in here, and you didn't know this information, what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? You knew a little bit or something like that. I'm not a person that sends email. Oh, that's bull. I mean, you're on here right now. You can send. That's ridiculous. You didn't know how to send email 25 years ago, and now you do it. I don't know how to use Google. I don't know how to use the World Wide Web. I mean, it's little additive skills that you do. So if there was something that was, if you're thinking, oh my God, there's just so much, get one little piece. Remember that all skill building, and mostly on the internet, I look at everything on the internet, whether it's a Facebook page or a website I'm doing, or I just completed a year project of a website that's got, like, I don't know, I think it's got 100,000 pages in it. It's a lot. And not to kind of go into there, but I looked at each one of all the stuff as I went along, and everything I do is like Lego. Okay, it's not like if you're working with your kid, those that are parents, you have Lego. We never did Lego, and then when it was time to go to bed, we took it all apart, usually, okay? You started the next day from where you have. And so you do step by step. If you're thinking, oh, it's just too much, well, then go maybe update your profile or update a sentence on it or change a picture on it, okay? Is take some kind of action or some kind of motion on it, and it becomes additive. It's like snapping one Lego part on it, and now there's two, and then you snap another one on. And pretty soon people look and they're like, oh my God, how did you do that? Well, I put a little bit here and there, and then eventually, and I learned a little bit, and first I learned how to do this, and then I learned how to do that, and then I learned how to do the other one. Nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to do all this stuff, and everybody can do it. And there's a vast ocean of people and prosperity that's out there for all of us. And collectively, we're a lot better, all of us. And you can see, as I guess I bring this in for a landing here after I've insulted everybody and told them they're lazy and things like that, is you see the kind of support in the community that we have here. So if you are a guest on here tonight, okay, again, let me apologize if you're being offensive or whatever it is, but you can see the kind of training that we do here. This is normally not a training. We kind of just talk a little bit. Well, I guess this is a little bit more in depth, but this is a great, what we do here at the Unstoppable Alliance is real, it's profitable, it's time efficient, meaning that this is my work uniform. I'm going to actually, as I finish here right now, I'm going to go to the gym. I usually go in the morning when there's nobody there. But this is all about creating our life intentionally. No pills, potions, lotions, shipping, coffee meetings, and things like that. This is a great business where every single person, one person that you connect with on Facebook or through the zillion other ways that we teach people to train and to connect with people, and we just bring them into our community. You're invited into our community. We're not telling you, hey, get your credit card out, do this, do that, the other. You're going to decide whether you're thinking, God, this sounds really good or not. If you're new and you're on the fence or something, get back to the person that invited you. Find out more how, hey, I would just tell you get started. I mean, this is what you get, except for you get paid. Okay, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you get, except for you're paid and you have other people on calls like this. We do all of these all the time. What do we do per week? Like 11 different opportunity calls per week, 5 training calls or something like that per week. Yeah. It's not like it's, we're charging monthly or whatever like that. Become part of our community. It's special. There's not anything like this anywhere that's out there. And I'm real. Susan's real. Everybody you see on here is real. It's skill building. It's learning. It's Lego. And you can reinvent yourself, and you can do quite well on your own terms within our community. True mastermind alliance where I get excited if she has a sale, she gets excited if I make a sale. Everybody celebrates and helps overall each other in here. This is what you get. And, it's fun and it's cool. And occasionally you have somebody get on a call and somebody can insult you like I did. So. Anyhow, that's pretty much what I got.
That is awesome, Rob. What a great wrap up. And I do want to completely support that and say when I started online 6 or so years ago, I didn't know social media. I didn't even know how to use Gmail. I didn't know how to send emails. My first profile picture on Facebook, probably for about the first year, was a picture of a sunset. So I started from there, and one piece of Lego, one step at a time. You don't just, poof, come out and have 30 likes on every Facebook post or something. One piece at a time. So thank you very much.
Good. Good.
That's powerful. And it just reinforces why I just had a feeling like there's lots of talk about Facebook ads, boosting posts and marketing on Facebook. And it always starts somewhere in the middle. Let's get back to basics and make sure that the very first foundational steps are in place. So that's what I was hoping that we would discuss tonight. So thank you.
All right. That's all I got.
Me too. And we'll see you all next week.
See you guys later.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye now.